Hi, this is Douglas C. Perry, Editor-in-Chief of IGN Xbox with Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Rockstar Games has been at this for a while. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition is obviously the third in the series for the Xbox and the PlayStation 2, and in many ways, in most ways, this is the best game in the series. And it's certainly one of the most authentic, if not the most authentic, import tuner out on any video game system. So compared to Midnight Club 2, which came out about 2 years ago, that game offered some relatively goofy characters and stereotypes, no licensed cars, and almost no customization. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition adds a customization feature for both the exterior of your car and your motorcycles, and the interior of your car, so you can change everything from the engine and the computer and the shocks to the tailpipes to intake. This game has 50 plus licensed cars. It has trucks, SUVs, tuners, exotics, muscle cars, and motorcycles, including choppers. And if you remember Midnight Club 2, the motorcycles were extremely fast and wily. Well, they've actually made them extremely fast, but a little less wily in this version. The city streets are wider, there's more traffic. The maps are entirely different, and they've got 3 different cities to go on: Atlanta, Detroit, and San Diego. You start off in San Diego, and luckily, because this is an open city game, you don't actually have to beat San Diego to get to Atlanta and beat Atlanta to get to Detroit. You'll sort of start off with all the powers from the second game: drift and power slide, in-air control, nitrous boosts, slipstream turbo, two-wheel driving, and weight transfer. And then as you progress, you'll open up these other moves: aggro, zone, and roar. But they don't really seem like they're that useful when you're sort of breezing through the first part of the game. They will become useful later in the game. Aggro is a move where you actually, the more cars you smash into, the more sort of aggro points you get, and the more chaos you can create. Zone is sort of like bullet time, where you can slow the time down and manage yourself through like chaotic car crashes and then zip out without getting touched. There are 4 kinds of races: city races, which earn you cash; club races, which earn you cash, cars, and some unlockables; and tournaments and hookman races. The hookman races are where you actually challenge particular characters in that city, and they actually help you progress through the game the most. Big red sort of flaming bonfires are posted throughout the city, and you can see them no matter where you are. The game also has a good sense of exploration. I think Grand Theft Auto has had a huge effect on all sorts of open city games, but it's also, and it's also had an effect on Midnight Club 3, which, unlike some other open city racing games, really gives you a reason to go out and explore. Each level has about 11 to, say, 13 icons that you can collect for something special afterward. So the exploration works with the big city, big open city structure, and I'm really thankful I put that in there. This game is really crazy. It's like you blast through everything. You smash into trees, lampposts, other cars. You're constantly hitting things. You're busting through things. You're kind of plowing your way through this huge set of cities that have tons of traffic in them, wide streets, and all sorts of stuff that sort of gets in your way, and you have to maneuver and figure out and strategize as to what things you can smash into and what things you can't. Because you're going to be going so fast, and there's going to be so much stuff in front of you, you're going to have to hit some of it. Let's go with the physics. The physics are in-house. Your car's rather light, except for, of course, the SUVs, and it's really good control. Like, say you get in a car crash and you want to redirect yourself. You hit one of the buttons, you spin around, and it zooms you right in the right direction. On the PS2 and Xbox, Rockstar San Diego has done a fantastic job of pushing this forward really, really hard. There's so many things going on screen at one time, all sorts of particles going on. It seems like hundreds of cars, particularly on the freeways. The game runs at 30 frames per second, occasionally stopping. For the most part, you really will get a sense of great speed, but I think it's not as clear and crisp and as shiny as I kind of hoped it to be, and it's certainly not running at 60 frames per second. The cars, however, look really good, and that's the most important part. So online, you can play on PS2 and Xbox, and the online is functional and it has lots of good courses, lots of good games. There's tag matches, capture the flag with classic, split, and base war options. There's a paint mode, and the 2 new technical things that have made this better than Midnight Club 2. There's host migration. If you're the host and you start a game and you decide to bail, your connection goes bad, the second guy with the second best connection will pick up that game, become the host, and it will be a relatively seamless transfer for the people playing. Then there's asynchronous joins, which means players can leave the race whenever they want, while brand new drivers can sort of enter the game anytime they want. Rockstar always focuses on great sound, great music, And they really nailed it with drum and bass, dance hall music. The soundtrack's fantastic, particularly compared to any of the other import tuners or even arcade games out there. Like, this is 100 times better. On the Xbox, of course, you're going to have Dolby 5.1, so if you have that system to back it up, it's going to sound really good. Dolby Pro Logic 2 on the PS2, of course, is the best that PS2 can get, so that's good as well. And Xbox fans will luckily get the ability to rip soundtracks, which was not in Midnight Club 1 or 2. So Rockstar listened to its fans in the second game in the series and added a bunch of stuff that they liked. Midnight Club 3 is a 9.2 on both the PS2 and Xbox. It's a fantastic package altogether, easily the most genuine, sort of articulate and true to the import tuner racing game that you know on the market, period. And the gameplay is all there. It's deep. It's actually huge. It's going to take you 18 plus hours to finish, and then you can play it online. So either whether you have a PS2 or an Xbox, you're going to really like this game. Again, we gave it a 9.2, and we think you're going to really dig it.